Well, hey everybody. I hope you are having a wonderful summer. I think we can probably sum it up in one word: hot. I just returned from a cross-country trip and it is hot everywhere in the nation. So I thought I'd share a little bit about how dogs and cats are dealing with this heat. Aside from the obvious not leaving them in parked cars, we have to remember that summer's here and we've shed our coats, but dogs and cats don't have that luxury. But their fur, which keeps them warm in the winter, also protects them in the summer by preventing them from taking on too much heat. I mean, it's fine until the system gets too hot, at which point it can be overwhelming. Now, dogs and cats are known as homeotherms, meaning they maintain a fairly constant body temperature of 101 to 102 degrees. The trick to being a homeotherm is to be able to adjust the internal heat gain and heat loss in order to maintain a constant body temperature. So unlike humans, dogs and cats can't sweat to cool themselves. A common misconception is that cats and dogs sweat through their paws, but any secretions through their nose, mouth, or tongue are not for sweating. They're for protection, and moisture are insufficient to cool the blood. Dogs and cats have to release heat in other ways, though. Conduction transfers excess internal heat when animals contact objects cooler than themselves, such as when lying on cool tile. Convection transfers heat away through cold air or water, and this occurs when an animal jumps into a pool, is hosed down, or has a fan trained on it. So evaporation dissipates heat from within the body when a dog or cat pants. This is their only internal vehicle for releasing stored body heat. And counterintuitively, fur can help an animal cope in the heat. Fur actually insulates the body in cold weather and helps prevent the body from taking on too much heat in warm weather. So fur actually acts as a thermal regulator to slow down the process of heat absorption. So by shedding in hot weather, dogs and cats make their coats more suitable for heat protection instead of warmth. And the thick undercoat that's needed in order to trap body heat in the cold weather is not required in warm weather, obviously. The remaining outer coat is optional for handling heat as long as it's not too extreme. So for this reason, experts agree it can be a big mistake to shave or dramatically trim the coat of a dog or cat in the winter. While it may seem that it would be cooler, it can actually make an animal hotter. In addition, cats and dogs need protection from sunburn and insect bites. So dogs have developed their hair coats for a reason. It's a barrier between the dog's skin and the sun. And most experts don't recommend clipping or shaving unless there is a medical reason like a skin condition or terribly matted fur. So despite these natural mechanisms, the summer days can quickly overwhelm our pets, even if we feel like it's not so bad outside. But when dogs run around or are walked or too long, or when they're left in the sun, a warm house, or a car, they can quickly overheat. Panting or cooling off with water, cool tiles, or moving air no longer works to dissipate their rising body heat. And their fur actually begins to trap heat rather than fend it off, compounding the stress on their bodies. So exercise in the heat is double jeopardy. The animal's metabolism is generating internal heat at the same time as it starts having trouble discharging the external heat. And meanwhile, as the animal tries to maintain its normal body temperature through panting, it loses water through evaporation, which causes dehydration. I mean, try running around in a fur coat for 20 minutes on a hot day, and you'll have some idea what it's like for dogs and cats overcome by heat. And don't forget, when you're playing with your dogs, sometimes they don't know when to stop. They are perpetually willing to keep going despite the heat, just to please us and tell us that they're not getting too warm. So we have to be able to recognize these signs. So certain breeds of dogs have particular difficulty in the heat. Siberian Huskies, Alaskan Malamutes, Akitas, Chows. Dogs with coats built for cold weather, and breeds especially with a pushed-in snout that prevents efficient panting and cooling, such as pugs, bulldogs, Boston Terriers. And we won't forget the cats with the pushed-in snouts like the Himalayans and Persians. In general, cats are less at risk because those that go outside look for shade. So most of the heat problems with cats occur when they've been left in a house that's too warm or a car. Now, obese and overweight dogs are particularly heat sensitive because their weight interferes with the thermoregulation. So how can you tell if a dog or cat is in the danger zone regarding heat? Well, it'll become sluggish, look confused, be panting really hard, and the tongue and gums will look bright red. If the situation progresses, they may even look a gray or purple, which is very, very bad, and they become weak and uncoordinated. If the body temperature rises above 106 degrees, there can be brain tissue and organ swellings, and sometimes they will collapse into a coma. Err on the side of caution in hot weather. If your animal looks overheated, wrap it in cool towels, wet towels, wring them out, and then keep them cool. Keep in mind, spraying with cool water may work for animals with short, sparse hair, but for dogs with lots of hair, the coat can become warm and waterlogged, and actually increase heat retention. So walk your dog on cool days, walk it for a short way, keep your homes cool and well ventilated. And one good rule of thumb is it's okay to walk your dog is to put your palms on the sidewalk. If it's too hot for your palm, it's too hot for a dog. I know we all love our little fur babies and want to keep them healthy and safe. So a lot of this I'm sure you probably already know, but some of it I hope you just think about still as we continue these hot days. In any case, I do hope that you continue to enjoy your summer. Please keep me in mind if you hear of anybody thinking of buying or selling, or if you have any questions. I'm here and I'm happy to help. Bye for now.